everybody. Welcome back. It's, of course, Sport Federation TV. A number of sport codes on the cards for you tonight. We're going to be catching up with hockey. We're going to find out a little bit more about what's happening in the world of equestrian sports. And, of course, we're also going to be finding out from Josh Kluter, president of Western Cape Kickboxing, about their events that are coming up. They've got some fantastic events, in fact, taking place this weekend. But on the line with me now, Roxanne Clarke. Of course, you will remember Roxanne. She's been on the show with us on a number of occasions. Of course, also the captain of the Billie Jean King Cup. But she's got her hands full with Western Cape tennis at the moment. And just looking at my sequence here, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different events. And, of course, the Grade A event that they had 2 weeks ago. Roxanne, welcome back to Sport Federation TV.
Always good to be here, JP. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, Rox, so hope you don't mind me calling you that. Roxy, Roxanne, something like that. But it's great. It's great to have you here with us. It's so fantastic to see with all your international experience, and of course the fact that you're a hometown girl as well, so, and that you're so
100%.
hands-on with tennis, you know, that is really fantastic. And so now we have someone that we can talk to on a regular basis about what is happening with tennis. So let's start at the beginning, because the last time we spoke, you guys were preparing for your Grade A tournament.
Yeah, I mean, we know we had the Grade 3 and Grade 2 and then the Grade A. And so that happened. It was very successful. I think the Grade A was here in Cape Town and the other two were in Stellenbosch, but very successful 3 weeks of tennis here.
And just quickly to go back a couple of weeks then, for the folks that have just tuning in tonight for the first time, and what is a Grade A? Like, how do we explain it to the fools like me that don't really know the difference between Grade A and Grade B? I can only think of that as from a school perspective.
No problem. No, it's well, it technically is sort of a grading system in that way. So in the ITF Junior World Tour, you have these different levels of tournaments. So the first level, which is sort of, you could say, the entry level, which would be a Grade 5. So it's called a J5 because it's the Junior Tour number 5. So then you get 5, Grade 4, 3, 2, 1. And there's a B grade, which is, well, the C grade is all the international tournaments, the team competitions. So, for example, the Junior Davis Cup and Billie Jean King Cup would be a C grade tournament. And then the B grade tournaments are geographically locked. So, for example, if I had a Grade B1, that means that you get Grade 1 points, but only people from that area can enter for that tournament. And then you get the Grade A level, which is sort of the next level up. And I mean, they're really good at that level. Okay. And then the following one is Grand Slams. So Grade A is sort of on par with the Grand Slam, maybe just below.
All right. So I think I'm more confused now than I was before. So in summary, the Grade A is for the top of the pile. It's the best of the best.
Best of the best, yeah.
All right. So we had the best of the best participating.
Basically, that's it.
We had the best of the best participating 2 weeks ago. How did it go?
It went well. Not so well for our South African players and our Western Cape players. I mean, we didn't get one win in singles. We got one win in doubles by 2 Western Cape players, one goal from Paul Lee van Sail and Heike Janse van Vieren, who is from George, so from the Eden district. So, I mean, it's really tough. But to give you a picture on the strength of the tournament, I think in the boys and in the girls, we had 11 of the top 100 players there. And wow. The rest of the draw was filled up with everybody who's in the top 150 and 200. So the competition was really, really tough. In the girls, I'm sure everybody will know Bjorn Borg. Well, his son played and lost in the finals of the boys. And of course, Bjorn Borg was hounded by fans here in Cape Town at Calvin Grove, who all wanted to get a photo. Was he
actually himself in Cape Town?
Yeah, he was very graceful. He honored every request on a photo, and yeah, he was just here watching his son play.
Yeah, unbelievable. I suppose he also would want his privacy and enjoy his personal family time. But great to know that we've got legends of tennis coming to Cape Town. It's fantastic news.
Yeah, and then in the girls, they had a Croatian girl played against Clovy Nguno from the US, and the Croatian girl Petra Marchenko. She won that final, and both of them were 15 years old. These girls.
That's great stuff.
Very good,
Roxanne, then
yeah.
of course you have the Tennis South Africa Masters as well, or it's coming up.
No, we had that over this
Yeah.
past weekend. So eight of the best in the country. That's basically sort of a culmination of their year, and they competed. I can't remember if there's any Western Cape players who won that now. I can't think off the top of my head, but we had some really good performances by our players there. It
What's
was good.
the age group for Masters? At which stage do you become a Masters
So
tennis player?
it's in all age groups. So from under 12, under 14, under 16, and under 18.
Oh, so it's not a
Yeah.
veterans type for tournament. It's actually a
No, no, no.
classification
It's
of.
juniors. It's a junior tournament. Yeah. So I think
Right.
in the final of the boys under 12, we had Israel Dowie, who trains here in Cape Town. He's a Namibian player, but he's based here. He was in the final, and I think also another Cape Town-based player who's out in Durbanville with PJ Namdo. He trains with him. Klumani Kekana. He came third. Those are just at the top of my head. Can't think
Yeah.
of the others right now.
So that's
So
fantastic.
it's in
So
every
we've
age group, the Masters.
and then the you've also got the Cape Winelands Masters and the Cape Town Masters coming up. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so it's the same idea that the top eight, I think, or I think top six, and then they give two wildcard invitations to come and compete in those events. So that's taking the Winelands one is taking place this weekend. I think that's at Strand Tennis Club. So these guys will be competing to basically be the best in the Winelands based on these tournaments that they've played during the year. So
Yeah.
that'll be really exciting and a good opportunity to compete against the best from your district. And then at the end of the month, I think it's the last weekend, the weekend of the 28th of November. That's when we'll have the Cape Town Masters.
So Roxanne, what comes next after the Masters? If you do well at the Masters, where do you go to next?
The Masters is basically the culmination of the year. So based on your
Right.
results in the full year playing these mini series tournaments, um, you sort of finish. You have a ranking of being in the top eight or or the top six, and then you're selected to play that. So that's the end of the year. So a lot of the players after that will move up into the new age group.
Right.
So what comes after that is now basically the new year, the ranking system for the new year in December.
And then you got the Growth Point Super 8 as well.
Yeah, the two Super Eights, which is one in the Winelands and then one in Cape Town, happening again, and that again is the best of the best in South Africa, or the most points on offer for those tournaments. So that'll be action packed. There'll be a lot of good tennis in that, and those tournaments are in the first couple of weeks in December, and then everybody hopefully will have a good break.
So you might say that, Roxanne, that there will be obviously a break from competition, but obviously the tennis courts in the Western Cape, they stay active all year long, and social tennis will
It's
carry on.
Oh, everything carries on. I mean, tennis is such a year-round. There's not day in summer or
Yeah.
I mean, and the fact that it's holidays, people want to get on the tennis courts more. And for players who compete at a high performance level, I mean, that's the time to really get down and train. So they don't take too much time off because January not comes around very quickly, and then you get international competition. So our players will be playing in zonals, which is a competition you play in to qualify for the African Junior Championship. So they
Yeah.
get right into some action. In fact, we also have some Western Cape players, I forgot to mention to you, JP, that are competing in the youth games, which will take place in Lesotho in early December, the first week in December. So I know there's Makosazana Stewart, who is in that team, and also Rowan Lopesha, who's in the team for the boys, and that's an under 19 event.
And Roxanne, of course, a final question. You are heading up the transformation portfolio at Western Cape. As I said, you're a hometown girl. You understand everything that it means to play tennis from grassroots level all the way to the top. You must be excited
Yeah.
about this position.
Yeah, I'm very excited, and I'm most excited to learn new things and to just see how I can get in there and make a positive contribution because, transformation is something that's important to me. I was a part of these development programs and came from it. So I think that we can really make an impact on kids' lives and hopefully help to transform our country.
Yeah, and I'm sure that with you pioneering and steering, we're in good hands, and your tennis structure is lucky, very lucky to have you, and we're looking forward to of
Thanks,
course,
JP. I appreciate it.
promoting and showcasing and supporting on every corner. Roxanne Clarke, we'll leave it at that and say thanks for chatting with us. We hope to catch up again soon.
Thanks so much for having me. I feel like this is my new TV home right here.
Absolutely, every week.
Thanks, JP.
There we go, folks. Roxanne Clarke, she's representing Western Cape tennis on many levels. She's, of course, also captain of the Billie Jean King Cup and now heading up that portfolio at Western Cape Tennis in transformation. Tennis certainly in good hands. Lots of events coming up then, of course. Their Grade A tournament, which was 2 weeks ago. The Masters, the Cape Wylands Masters, the Cape Town Masters, and the Growth Point Champs, and of course the event in Lesotho coming up shortly as well. Folks, we'll take an ad break. When we come back, we carry on talking sport in the province. Back in a sec.